Hello everyone, my name is Trittany and I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we're all kings and queens of our own kingdom that we call life. This is going to be a pick a deck or pick a pile style reading to see what role do you play in other people's lives, whether that's a specific person that you've encountered and you're kind of just trying to figure out maybe the lessons that you are meant to learn and to teach this person in this life, or vice versa. Take these energies as they apply. These can refer to multiple people, to family members, to communities and friend groups, and just anyone that you encounter, and just what role do you play in other people's lives. It's going to be really exciting. There are two piles. The timestamps are down below if that's your thing, but we do have two crystals and two different decks. So I do have oracle cards pulled for each pile, but I will be pulling some tarot decks from each of these. So we have a Mookaite stone. It's red and yellow and a little bit of white in there. Also the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then number 2, you have a carnelian pendant. And then it is also the mystical tarot deck. Mystical tarot. So those are the two options here today. I do want to give a quick thank you to everyone who has liked and commented on my videos in the past and have subscribed to my channel. I'm really excited to get to 1,000 subscribers. Actually, that was my first goal for this page, especially to get to the point to be able to offer polls for you guys to vote for what videos you want to see next, and all those really cool options that come along with that. So thank you for allowing my channel to grow. And if you are new here, welcome. Sit down, grab a cup of tea, grab whatever you want, a refreshment, lay back, relax, do your nails, do something, nurture yourself. Just welcome, and I hope these messages resonate with you. So if they do, let me know. Alright, without further ado, as well, we are going to start with pile and deck number 1, the Mookaite stone. Put these aside. Oof. Okay, so pile on deck number 1. I am going to read your oracle cards first and then see kind of what's going on before we start asking the tarot some questions. So what role are you, pile on deck number 1, playing in other people's lives? Okay, deck number 1, to go through these oracle cards of what role do you play in other people's lives. You have a lot of symbolism going on with your cards already in your oracle decks. I do feel like you are a very magical presence, and there's one person in particular, I feel like, or one family member in particular, a friend or family or a spouse, someone significant to you. You could be in contact with your soulmate or your twin flame, so congratulations, and you two work really well off of each other. And I feel like that is a very big role that you are playing in this life, and that you are learning a lot of lessons, and of course you are triggering other lessons in your person, and that is what you were meant to come together for in this life. Anyone who is in a soulmate or twin flame in particular connection, including karmics, they're not easy. They're not rainbows and butterflies, but you are giving these people rainbows and butterflies. So you definitely trigger the good in other people, let's say that. So the first card that we have is number 11, Embrace. This is a hug. This is also 11, a very divine connection. People feel like you are very trustworthy and very reliable. You could be a very dependable person. Your parents could feel this towards you as well. They could feel like you are someone that they could rely on, because I do feel like there is age gaps going on as well. That could be with your significant other or your family members. But I do feel like people are able to depend upon you with this embrace. People are able to lean on you, and people are also able to overcome a lot of challenges with you. So when I think of embracing, I think of swaying and hugging and dancing and kind of just, that swaying of musical ease. You are very relaxing to other people. You bring them down to earth. We also have miracles. So you are someone that, like, well, along with this 11 card, I feel like you're someone who has very good timing. Your purpose in other people's life is you're there right when they need you, or right when they're going through a lesson in their life that maybe they couldn't quite face until they came into contact with you, and they were kind of forced to look at their reality. So this is kind of more of like what challenges do you play in other people's life? And this is number 39. See the truth. So you are someone that is kind of reflective, and I feel like that comes with this number 11, this embrace card. You do it from a very caring and nurturing and healing standpoint, and a very miraculous point. I feel like you are a healer. You inspire healing in others, or you're someone who does practice healing. We also have watermelon tourmaline with that. And watermelon is a very sweet, sweet fruit. Okay, people love you. People enjoy you and enjoy your presence. People wish that they could spend all year and every day with you, being around your energy, because I feel like it is so miraculous and so healing. And whenever people see you, they have no choice but to face that healing within themselves and within their role in the universe and in this life. So with this miracles card, we also had the watermelon tourmaline, which I said was very sweet. Oh, it's such, I can't wait to eat watermelon. But it says stress reduction, de-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. So you could definitely be a healer. You could be Reiki certified. You could be a yoga instructor. You could be anyone who helps in the healing process. You could be a really good friend, a really good listener, and someone with really good advice. People de-stress when they're around you, or whenever they hear your voice or anything you have to say. It's like you have like your head in the clouds, but your feet are down on earth, and that is because I'm picturing you as like a very huge god. Okay, so like you're very magical, pile number 1. I'm really excited to even tap into your tarot cards. So you have a really special energy when people are around you, but you're very dependable and very strong and very grounded. I'm getting also. You could have a little bit more of a feminine energy to you, just because I do feel like you are really nurturing. And if you are a masculine that's emitting this kind of energy, people find you as a one of a kind. You're one in between. You're very rare, and I feel like that's because you're able to tap into these energies, and you could end up with a lot of friends, because a lot of people do find you, again, very reliable and very calming and soothing. Where was it? Let's see. Also, with this watermelon, we do see a couple in there. I don't know if you're able to see it. There's a woman and a man. So that's why I was kind of getting this as even family. I feel like your family's able to really rely on you, and you could have been a miracle child or a miracle baby or a rainbow child as well. So you could have been very expressive as a child and had grown up to nurture those energies, and that could have really caused you to be in tap to your intuition and stuff like that. So we also have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, and Soul Tribe. So the role that you play in other people's life, this is all about Soul Tribe, friends, community, people that you can really depend upon and come together with when you need most. People feel very close to you even when you are afar. I feel like you are able to send telepathic communications to your people, or people are able to really pick up on your vibe, but I feel like it's more of you're able to pick up on other people's vibrations even if you are apart. And then when you are together, you're able to allow for them to not be overwhelmed, because they may like subconsciously pick up that, like there is some kind of mind and soul connection there that if they're not completely awakened to, that you're able to kind of just like softly nurture it awake, so it's not just overwhelming. I feel like you're a leader in your friend group as well, but you're someone who helps them grow along the way. And you can inspire healing in your friend groups. You could all be leaders in your own individualistic way, but I feel like you in particular can be someone who has a really good keen to keeping things real and keeping things cool, calm, and collected, and looking at it from a higher perspective. And I feel like a lot of you could be separated from friends too as well. But yeah, we also have Earth and Water Dragon. So you could be an Earth or a Water sign, not just sign specific, but those energies of Earth and Water. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. The water signs of Scorpio, Cancers, and Pisces. Any of your placements, but it's just the Earth and Water energies. And that's where I kind of got with this miracle card. I feel like your role in a lot of people's life is to not be too overwhelmed and to kind of be able to rely on our closest loved ones. I feel like you really inspired a sense of community or togetherness, and you're able to bring a lot of people of different backgrounds together. And I feel like you're someone who incorporates a lot of other religions into your own daily sense of being. But you're able to really impact others with the way that you care about them and the way that you care about the world that you live in and the way that you treat the world around you. You could really cause other people and other groups to change the way that they interact with the world and with each other, just because I feel like they see such healthy relationships come from you in your interactions and the way that you play a role in the relationships, I guess. I feel like you're just someone who really inspires healing, especially within relationships that could have been not so adhered in the past. So with this Earth and Water Dragon, the Earth and Water signs, it says creates a foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nature and ideas. Nature your ideas. Nurture your ideas. I don't know why it took me. I was staring right at the words, but this is an Earth and Water, so I was like, nature. Okay. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. Again, with that nurture, I got hung up on because there's so much pink, I feel like, in this reading, as well with like rainbows. And this number 11, embrace, also being more of, I guess I'm not sure. I'm pretty confident though that's a crown chakra card, but there's so much pink. Then we also have this one single blue and green card. So very emotionally and heart chakra driven person. I feel like you're really able to nurture people into inspiring change within themselves and really addressing maybe having to face a lot of their darkness and their shadow traits. I feel like you invoke a lot of that. You do it in a soft way, but I also feel like it's time to pull some tarot cards. That's what I feel like. Okay. Okay, pile number 1. Let's see what you have going on here. We are going to see what role do you play in other people's lives. What roles do you play in other people's lives? Deck number 1, pile number 1. What role do you play in other people's lives? What role do you play in other people's lives? Take it. What role do you play in other people's lives? So, right off the bat, I'm not going to take these. I'll talk about this first. We have the Ace of Swords. So again, you are someone who is going to invoke change and invoke knowledge and awakening. You're someone who's definitely going to challenge other people's perspectives in the order of the way things are. Maybe I also getting a sense of restoring peace too. You could be someone who is very gentle but is able to rule very swiftly. Alright, let's see. One more card here. Okay, so let's see. Only one more. What role do you play? What role do you play, pile number 1, in other people's lives? What role do you play in other people's lives? I'm not going to take any of those. I'll take the first card. I feel like there's a lot of romantic messages coming through now all of a sudden. So I feel like that, again, you had a lot of pink show up in your card, in your oracle card, so I feel like you're definitely someone who is in a lot of karmic, soulmate, twin flame relationships, so you're dealing a lot with that kind of situations. But you're someone who is very inspiring, that you cause other people, like in your family and your very close, intimate relationships, you're able to definitely open up some kind of portal or some window into their soul and kind of poke even at the dark, dusty corners and really cause people to take a look at maybe the parts of themselves that they may have avoided. This is the 10 of Swords in reverse. So upright, we do see it as kind of like a let go of, this is actually 10, so this is completion. This card is very dark and scary, but this needs to be thought of as a new beginning, because this is someone finally overcoming a mental challenge or a mental struggle, something that they've been dealing with for a long time, but we get stuck in the reverse. We get stuck at the very last step, the very last stride of healing. So this can be final denial as well with that Ace of Swords. So I feel like you're someone who definitely is able, or maybe this is something that you do, whether or not you're conscious of this, but you cause people to look at their worst parts of themselves, the parts that they are not proud of, parts of themselves that they do not love, and they have to go in and fix it. This is something that, as much as you may love people, this is something that you are unfortunately unable to do for them, but you are there to support them as well. We have the Lovers, and we also have the Four of Swords. First off, this Lovers card with all the pink out here, you guys are definitely in divine connections, and I feel like you are so in tune and so heaven sent. You are definitely a rainbow child. I feel like this could be with family members as well with the Four of Swords in reverse. You could be adopted, or you could be someone who definitely was just, again, a miracle child that maybe the family was not expecting, the home was not expecting, but you were someone that just completely, I feel like you could have been a very strong wielded child as well, but you could be someone, the role that you play in other people's lives is also, I feel like some of you are in this situation where, yes, you force people to look into their darkest aspects, or I feel like you just challenge people. You really do. You challenge them to change because they know what their feelings are. These people are aware of how they're feeling and maybe what they need to do and what is right, but they're just like stuck on a really hard, I feel like, really hard challenge that they faced throughout a lot of lifetimes. So I feel like they need someone as strong as you to teach them as strong of a lesson, especially with this Chariot card. So for some of you who could have been in a relationship, I feel like a lot of you may be single right now, or kind of turning down someone and moving on without them with the Chariot card. So you are someone who's kind of meant to keep at your own pace. We also have the Hermit card. So you could force people to, stay alone and kind of force them to go in as well. But I feel like these people are forced to go in because they know they can't approach you. Almost even as this 10 of Swords in reverse, they need to get it upright. So people are able to actually connect with you and actually have themselves move forward. You could be someone who is not at home a lot, though. You could be someone who travels a lot for work, or someone who spends a lot of time and focus on your work rather than your relationships as well. But that is because maybe you could have had some struggles in the past with relationships, or I just feel like you're such a very strong and emotional and loving person that a lot of people just get triggered by it, and that's completely not your fault. It's just because you are so pure of source that you force people to see the truth, and you are ultimately a reflection of them. We had earth and water. You are the reflection of the materialized person or people that you see. I feel like you see beyond the 3D as well, so you are able to definitely probably pick up on people's auras and stuff like that. So I hope this resonated with you, pile number 1, as to what role you are playing in other people's lives or a particular person. If this video resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to see on what you guys have to say. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, pile number 2. Alright, what role do they play? Okay, pile number 2. Pile number 2, what role do you play in other people's lives? So the first oracle cards that we have is number 19, spiritual practice. So you could be definitely someone in tune to your intuition in the spiritual realms, someone very in tune and tapped in to their higher sense of being. And I feel like you're able to really harness those energies and apply them into your work life. And I feel like work could be a very distinguished part of who you are, or the way that you show up in the material world. Maybe what you do is very important to you. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be someone who owns a business, or someone who is just very recognized in your work field as well. But I feel like a lot of people, you could have a lot of coworkers. This is what role you are playing in other people's lives. So I feel like people see you as someone that they could team up with. People see you as a team player, a really good teammate, someone who is very profitable, and someone who is able to really flip any situation and make it the best situation. So with this spiritual practice, that number 19, it adds up to a 20, which is a 2, and 2 is very prominent in your reading. As soon as I heard 2, I thought with this page of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles. So with this page of Pentacles, this is someone who is, again, that entrepreneur, someone who is able to take the best of any situation and make the best of any situation, and really plan ahead. You're very smart as well. People see you as very spiritually smart, very studied up. People think that you know your stuff and you know where you're going and you know how to get there, and you're pretty confident about any situation. I feel like you're someone who could be just very abundant in your physical life and in your spiritual life, and I feel like that's because you're able to mesh them and have them go hand in hand. So I feel like you're actually a mentor to the people around you that see you gaining success in all of these different areas, and how you're meshing and managing all of these areas of your life. People are able to find that inspiring and also channel that energy into their own, and really take you up as a spiritual guru in kind of in like a subconscious way, because these people are picking up on your energies and they're seeing what you're doing and how you're managing it and moving forward, and the way that things are around you, and the way that I feel like there's some kind of defense. Like, there could be a lot of challenges going on in people's lives right now, including in yours, and people are able to see how adaptable you are in these situations, and that really gives people hope. We have embracing, and when I thought embracing, I also thought two, and with those Two of Pentacles as well, that came into mind, that could definitely be someone who is very profitable again, and someone who is very manageable in their time and in their resources. So with this embracing card is the card that I kind of got by other people just really being inspired by you and really wanting to spend a lot of time around you and be in your physical space and embracing kind of personal, intimate area. But there is a lot of orange chakra energy as people find you just very confident, and people are able to kind of feed off of that, and people find you as an absolute leader, and people could see you as a peaceful, very strong-willed person. We also have sodalite, socialize or join in. I'm definitely getting a work vibe here, especially with this Page of Pentacles. A lot of co-workers. So we have make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. And I feel like you are someone who is very ambitious. So you kind of need people around you who are able and willing to kind of put their work into the things that they're doing. And we also have yes. Just say yes. So you're someone who is able to talk to anyone. I feel like you're able to talk to anyone and kind of sell anyone. You could be a really good salesperson, but you could also be just a very convincing person, and you could be someone who's really good at explaining their feelings or their thoughts, and people feel like they could just talk to you. They could talk to you about anything, and they could listen to you for really, really good advice. You're someone that people would go to for that advice. And I feel like people find you very, very romantic as well. You could be someone who's very sultry. We have Archangel Gabriel's dragon, brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. So diamond is very, very strong, very indestructible, and is also seen as intuition in its finest form. So again, you have number 19 spiritual guru people definitely look up to you, and whether or not people are bowing down to you, people are able to look to your energy when they need it most and when they need guidance, and I feel like when they need inspiration as well, and people are able to just really open up to you, and I feel like people are able to open up to you energetically, and you are someone who just says yes to everyone. You could be that kind of person who's like, you want to take care of everyone, so you could just be someone who says yes to everyone. And your downfall, though, could be not taking time to reflect on yourself and taking time to invest into yourself and your own well-being. You could give so much of yourself to other people that you could kind of forget to go back into this self-isolation and self-retreat and self-meditation or self-care in an energetic way or any way that it applies to you. You could kind of skimp on taking care of yourself. But people could kind of see you as a little cold, almost even, but that is the role that you are kind of meant to play, because people could have had the chance to see you in your true form, or a little bit of a different attitude. They could have had that chance with you, but maybe they have done something as well that kind of just makes you now have to be the other side of yourself. I mean, it still is essentially you, but maybe it's not you in the greatest mood, okay? So there could have been some people who have lost their chances with you. You could be someone who will cut people off because you're so willing to say yes and so willing to give people an open chance, that when a lot of people do take advantage of that, it doesn't sit well with you. Pile number 2. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started with some of the tarot cards. Let's see what pulls out. Alright, what roles do those who chose deck number 2? What roles do they play in other people's lives? What roles do they play in other people's lives? The Hermit. The first card we have is the Hermit, Virgo energy. Again, someone who could be very self-retreating, a yogi. This is, again, just that spiritual guru energy. You are definitely a spiritual leader, but I feel like you could be someone who is also on your own path. Maybe you don't have quite a desire to lead others, but people see you so set and so successful in the way that you're moving it forward in your life and in your development that you're just very inspiring to others. And we also have the Page of Cups? I believe this is the page. I will read it as the Page of Cups. So let's see with one more. So we also have the Queen of Cups. So there is, again, more water out here. Also with Virgo being an earth sign. So you could be someone who, with this Page of Cups or this Knight of Cups, either way I'm feeling it both energy. I feel like you're someone who's super willing to give your energy and give your cup of care to anyone. Because I feel like you're so just self-reserved and you could be really quiet, but when people ask you for help, you are willing to help them and really willing to give a nurturing hand to anyone who needs it. You could be... I feel like some of you could be like, you could have step-parents as well, so you could be a stepchild. A lot of you could be taking care of elder people as well. You could be grandchildren. You could live with grandparents or older relatives that you have to take care of. For sure. What roles do people who chose pile number 2, what roles do they play? What roles do they play? Oh, my hair got stuck. So we also have the 3 Pentacles. Again, I feel like you're someone who definitely is really a good team worker, or someone who people are able to really plan with, someone people are able to rely on when it comes to business and ideas and future plans. You're someone who's able to definitely make planning ahead and make those actually come to life in the material world and materialize. You have yes with the socializing and community cards. So I feel like you're someone who's definitely able to work with other peoples of other backgrounds and other ideas and really hash them all together to make the best idea of all. And we also have the 6 of Swords in reverse.